Happy Saturday.
Yes.
For all who are present.
Yes. For B-Dubs, we know B-Dubs is lurking. She's probably working. Welcome to Literal Lobes, our first live stream, and maybe only one, who knows.
Yeah, we'll see.
Holy shit, I am pink. We need to recolor balance, but that's okay.
Yeah, how come you and I are different colors? Like, totally.
Well, this nice yellow I picked is on your face.
Oh.
So sometimes I light myself by picking colors. Mm-hmm. My mouse is like so small I can't see it without a good angle. Where did I go? Well, I've lost my mouse. Oh, there we go. I just wanted to switch, so here's like a whiter white. Is that better for you? Less yellow? Oh. Yeah, probably.
Really?
No, you like the yellow?
I don't know. Honestly, the difference is so subtle.
Really? Yeah. That's like so drastically different for me. I just, me being colorblind and you with your magic eyes. Oh, will you hand me my good glasses? Sorry. Alrighty. So Casey drove out. Again, we don't dox myself, but you all know I'm in the Midwest. But she drove out to visit. We'll find out why.
Just for this.
So, just for this? Okay. I have a feeling there's some secret news coming.
No.
Oh, okay. My house has become a refugee for wayward women. Yeah, mostly apparently. My mother. But I thought maybe Casey, needed to stay for a while.
We take turns.
My mother loves it here. It's her favorite place on earth.
I mean, of course.
She's like, it's so quiet. Mm-hmm. Nobody bothers you. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's out. Why do you want me to move home? Do you understand now? Like, that's why I love living on my own, 5 hours away from everyone else.
Yeah.
Because it's peaceful and wonderful. And I don't have children, and I never had a relationship, so I'm not burdened to those things. But there, downsides. There are downsides to never having experienced those things. I imagine having a kid is very fulfilling on the good days. and
it is, certainly.
And miserable on other days. Oh, it's miserable. I would think it's miserable on the days where, in general, you're already struggling with life. Now you also have to be a mother or a father. Or, it's the compounding interest of life is already enough work, and now I have to hold it together.
Correct.
For this smaller person who needs me,
It's more so in the moment. If you're already extended to the max, stretched to the max, and then something is going. Whoa!
I just broke a chair.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, they're from the 1950s.
Are you gonna?
No, it's fine.
Is this as low as it goes?
Yeah, I'm still on camera. My mother's gonna cry because they're my grandmother's chairs, but they've been through a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Kids, parenting, all that. It's like juggling a bunch of shit all at once when all you want to do is, I don't know, sleep or watch a movie. Yeah. No. So.
Yeah, I don't know how we got on that, but yes, because it's life and we're talking. And I really wanted to expel, I'm not going to go there because it's not the point of this show, but I'm like really struggling, as most Americans are right now, with the fucking country and the world that we live in. And I really wanted to go down that route. I'm like, no, let's just not. It's not the point. People want to escape, but I'll just say, what the fuck?
I think it's...
Oh, that's fine. You can keep going. Okay. It's live still.
I think it's what the fuck to a comical level. And I personally choose to, as much as I can, focus on that element. Because truly, this is like we're living in a cartoon.
Well, what it is we're living in 1930s Germany. And I mean, no disrespect to Germany at all. But not a good time to have your country molding itself in your image. And like every day, I know we're ending up talking about this and I'm sorry. But every day I wake up and I'm like, I should be doing something about this. I should be boycotting. I should be not paying taxes. I should be... And I'm just like, I don't know what to do and not go to jail. And, it's...
Yeah.
It's like, that's my mindset lately.
Yeah.
And so it's just hard to compartmentalize that and be like, now let's do a podcast about movies. And I know it's all my idea, and I love it. And I think dissociating is like the only way to survive right now. But I do feel guilty, I guess, is all I'm saying. And I would like to establish that I feel guilty about it.
That's definitely understandable. I mean, you could be writing to your congressman.
Hi, B-dubs. Yes, writing to the and I don't ever do that. B-dubs was just on my back because of the whole Kansas City, state, banning trans individuals' licenses.
Yeah.
And like writing to complain about that shit. I'm like, I need to.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a quick email.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The most important. No, you're good. The most important thing, and I'm gonna wrap it up on this one. The most important thing is fucking vote. Everyone vote.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
The problem is that it really, and I'll be curious after this election, if he doesn't get impeached or please somebody assassinate him.
Not like we haven't tried.
It's frightening to me how 50-50 the country is, and I realize that's skewed because of the electoral vote is fucked up and wrong and needs to be updated.
Sure.
That there's way more popular opinion in the liberal sense than there is the democratic sense, but because of the way the states are split and the number of votes they get, it's not right. If you didn't know, California is supposed to have like 300 electoral votes, and they only have like 175 because somewhere in the Constitution 200 years ago they put a cap on it, and the Constitution literally says this should be reviewed every 10 years or so and rewritten. It literally says that in the Constitution.
Yeah. Well, there.
Hi, Razor.
Many things in there that we should be looking at as the world grows, as our country shifts, as geopolitical climate shifts. And anyway, it is what it is. We have to work within these constraints, and pretty much that's it. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry to go down this route with everyone. This isn't what our show normally is. It's supposed to be good times, friends. But you know what? Our show is supposed to be friends hanging out. And this is the shit friends are talking about right now because the country is fucked. And and I'm just distraught about it. But we won't stick on it. I just wanted to... I guess it felt weird not to acknowledge it in some way because it's so ubiquitous to everyday life for us right now. And most of the people that watch me aren't in America, so they have their own perspectives. Razor's from Latvia. You could speak full Russian to him; he'll understand.
Oh my gosh!
In case he's in Canada, yeah. But yeah, so we'll skip that. But Casey drove out to visit me, so we're hanging out. I just broke my chair because I'm 4 metric tons, and
you're so little.
I know. I'm still on camera though, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And what movies were we supposed to watch and talk about? And did you watch? What was the big one I wanted you to watch?
Oh, so I finally saw So Torn.
Okay, that'll work. That's the one I was thinking of. But yeah.
And I watched all of the ones that we had discussed.
I did say you were Canadian, B-dubs. You just didn't hear me. Get back to work. All right, so Torn.
So Torn. And then, God, what was the other one you had suggested? There were 2.
The one I wanted to talk about, or that was the most recent one, was the Jack Nicholson Samaro one.
Yes, I watched that.
Did you watch it?
I did, yes.
Do you not agree that it's fucking amazing?
I love that movie. I'm actually a little confused by all the negative reviews.
There's negative reviews?
Yes.
Oh my God, I didn't look up anything. I just watched it out of whim.
I mean, I didn't go through the reviews individually, but just overall, people are so... they're not connecting with it. They're underwhelmed. There's this idea that... it's confusing or it's kind of discombobulated or something like that. And
we have to remember what it's called. Do you remember?
It's something short.
It is. It's one word.
Borderline? Is that it? Is Borderline?
Is it Borderline? It might be Borderline.
Yes, it is, because there was a Madonna take on that song in the film.
Okay, so the film's called Borderline,
remember.
and it's Samara Weaving, Jack Nicholson's son, Nick. No, it's not Nick Nicholson.
Oh God.
There are actually several continents apart. Bani involved industrial light and magic to make it appear that he has a face. Indeed, it's a very red face today. Hi, Ziller. If I didn't say that, Ziller's in Norway. Wow. No Americans give a shit about me, and you know what? Frankly, I agree.
Well, yeah. This is why you and I are here.
This is why I made friends with a Russian.
Yeah.
She's totally legal. Fuck off, ICE. Okay, Borderline. Okay, I think last time we said it, I said it was my favorite movie I've seen in like years. I loved it. Did you have any negatives? I think my one negative was there was some contrived bullshit to make the story move.
Yes, there were. Correct. Yeah. So there were a couple moments where you're like, suspension of disbelief. You kind of have to let go of it. Yeah. But it's fine. I think the overall mood of the film is such that it allows you to do that with relative ease.
Yeah.
It doesn't take itself seriously at all.
No.
So you kind of have the wiggle room to just go, fuck it. This didn't make sense. That's okay.
Yeah. So brief plot summary. It's about a musician / maybe actress, mostly musician.
Pop singer.
A pop singer, who has a stalker, essentially. And you kind of come into the story having him already stalked her in the past and been put in an asylum. And then, he breaks out and basically comes up with a big plan to, kidnap and marry her. But he's fucking crazy. Like full-on schizophrenia. Or borderline personality disorder, hence the name, probably.
He has a break with reality.
Yeah.
But he functions by these rules of logic that do make sense.
Sure.
But it's just a total break with what is happening around him. Anyway, the cast is excellent.
Everyone. Love the French woman.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, she was so good.
I killed someone.
Yeah.
I love that.
No, and the whole song.
And the duet.
Oh my God, the duet was the best.
Duet now. I love that.
She was like one of those. Every now and then, a psychopath comes along, and you're like, "I just love you." You're like, I want to take you home.
Yeah. Oh God, it was good.
Yeah.
And then the.
Oh, I'm gonna do our trailer move over so we can show a trailer.
Was he a basketball player? Was he supposed to be? God.
Oh, her boyfriend
from the 90s.
Also good.
God.
Literally a male Cynthia Erivo.
Yes.
I've never seen that actor before. Yes. I don't know his name. But
God, I can't remember. He actually is. He's supposed to represent this basketball player from the 90s.
Oh,
who was with
Chicago Dennis
Bulls.
Rodman?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
yes.
I could see that. I didn't think of that. But
I think it's supposed to be him.
Okay. Well, he seems very emotionally mature of everyone else in the film.
He is the most grounded person in there for sure. Yes.
Yeah. So the guy ends up orchestrating this plan. Breaks into her house. He kidnaps so she has bodyguards, obviously. And he
just one actually,
right? and a grounds gatekeeper.
Oh, right, sure. Who's useless? But
yeah. So the crazy individual basically sends a big hulking dude to kidnap her security guard's family. We'll just a young girl and a babysitter, or is she the mother? I didn't really.
She's not the mother. I think
she was a neighbor or a babysitter.
Somehow, I don't know if it was just extended family or family friend or something like that.
Yeah. So that's how they kind of get the bodyguard out of the house, so that they can reign their terror. And then they break in, but while that's happening, the main actress or pop singer is her boyfriend, this gentleman we're talking about. Is having an existential crisis about their relationship.
Yeah.
And she's kind of, I think she's not offhanded about it. She's not dismissing it. She just doesn't know what's going on because she's not observing his emotions, and like she's kind of oblivious to the fact that he's upset with their relationship.
Yes.
And she's dismissive slightly.
Well, there's a legitimate, for him, there's there's an occurrence, there's a thing that happens.
Yeah, an event,
Right, that kind of
makes him question their relationship.
Right, in the wake of which he finds himself questioning their entire relationship. And
instead of going to her and saying, hey, this thing I saw hurt me, can we talk about it? He just starts like passive aggressively saying things. Mm-hmm. So they kind of have a fight and split up, and she's left in the house alone, and he's like trapped in the garage because he can't get out because the gate guy has been taken out already by the French girl. This all sounds insane, but the movie is so even all that aside,
it all makes sense in the moment.
Well, even all that aside, I think what's really good about the movie, it's made really well. Yeah. Like the editing is phenomenal. Yeah. The music is the really camera work. Yeah. The story, the pacing is excellent. Mm-hmm. And that's where when I started watching it, I was like, this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting to like drift off to sleep to this, and I was like, no, this is like good filmmaking.
The humor is really good.
Yeah, the humor is excellent. Highly recommend. Borderline 2005, I think it's from.
Yeah,
it was
2009, maybe something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it, because sometimes in the moment I'm like, is it just me?
No, I get it, right, for sure. Sometimes there's a film or something that's so fitting to the mood that's not necessarily all it's cracked up to be, but it's just good right then and there.
Yeah, and I think it's funny that you say a lot of reviews didn't like it. That surprises me.
I kind of
because I think it's kind of universally just entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I'm like, didn't the humor capture you?
Maybe it's too maybe it's too weird. Like it's too much silliness happens and it loses reality for them. Whereas to me, that's the whole point. It's.
I think, yes. I don't know. I think there's some expectation of kind of a cohesion of all the characters being introduced into kind of a single whole, and that's not how it works in the beginning. It kind of jumps around a bit. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And because of this sort of choppy nature, I don't know if it was intentional or not.
Come to think of it, it's kind of like, not exactly, but it's like Weapons, where you keep jumping to different storylines that ultimately connect. And people didn't like that, so I guess.
Right, and they didn't like it here either.
Oh, I love it here. To me, that was the second it did it the first time, I was like, oh, yes! like that literally is what got me excited to keep watching. I'm like, we're not just going to stereotypically sit in this house with this guy.
Right.
We're going to move through time and tell a broader story.
Yeah. So it all sort of, and then it all comes together, and the payoff is truly awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the ending, in my opinion, really delivers.
Yeah, both. Like the story ending and the actual credit ending. It reminded me of the final scene from Pearl. Have you seen Pearl? Part of the X trilogy with Mia Goth.
I saw one of them, but I watched it out of order.
You don't really have to watch them in order; they're all separate.
So I think the one I saw was
Maxine. I think we talked about.
I believe so.
Yeah, where she's a struggling actress in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, 80s or something like that.
Yeah.
She wants to transition from adult films into.
Yes.
That's Maxine?
Yes.
That's what
So that's the third one.
Okay.
So, and you can watch them separately. Ideally, I would have said watch X first, because Maxine is a direct sequel to X.
Okay.
Although it stands on its own. It's just, there's a lot of stuff at the end of that movie you're probably like, what the hell? But anyway, so Pearl ends on the whole credits is the character smiling, crying.
Okay.
For like 3 minutes. Mia Goth.
Okay.
So it instilled that memory in me because that's basically how this one ends. Mm-hmm. Although this one's a little more like there's more emotion going across his face and it's changing and he's moving between happiness and tears of happiness and like fulfillment in some, like he's conveying a lot of emotions.
Yeah,
I think in that drive away.
Yeah, he was an excellent choice for that role.
Yeah,
I think had they brought somebody else in, it may not have had as much of an impact as it did.
No, yes. I think, sadly, because I really like her, I think the only person you could have changed and not noticed was Samara Weaving.
Yeah, agreed. Yep.
And I love her. Like, I enjoy her films. I enjoy her. But her role didn't require much.
It didn't.
And I don't think she gave it enough to need her in it. But it was fine. Like, it's not a complaint about the movie. But I think everybody else really sold their role and would be hard to replace. And her husband directed it, actually.
Really?
And I guess he did Babysitter.
He did that one too?
It's directed by McG or whoever, who I guess is a white guy. But I guess her husband was like the writer on it.
Okay.
And now they're together and doing their movies. Kind of, like what's his name, and Mila Jovovich, although way better in my opinion.
Right.
From a writing and film standpoint.
I think she married the director of what was it, Resident Evil or something.
I want to say Paul Thomas Anderson, but that's not.
No,
Anderson.
Definitely not
Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson. No, it's Paul Thomas Anderson.
No.
What's the other one?
Hold on.
Well, here, Google, or okay. Your phone works. There's another something Anderson, and that's who she's married to. Or Thomas. She did not marry Wes Anderson. I know, I'm just confusing the names. And yes, Ziller, we would all love to come move to Norway. I have not been practicing my Duolingo.
So it is Paul Anderson, but it's not that Paul Anderson. It's Paul W.S. Anderson.
Okay. My confusion is warranted.
All of those are in there.
Yes.
Crazy.
Wes Anderson makes excellent movies. I know. Yeah. I love Wes Anderson stuff. I was just confusing all the names that are there and the letters.
Sorry, I gotta just
no, that's fine.
Reply to my kid here.
So yeah, once again, Borderline, highly recommend. It's violent. It's a thriller for sure. So if you're not into that, I guess don't. But it's a comedy thriller. It's great. Can't recommend enough. And as far as the X trilogy goes, you should watch them. They're all good.
I really want to see Pearl. I think of all of them, that one was definitely on my list.
Yeah. I actually like it the least of the three of them.
Really?
I like them all. They're all good, and Pearl is good. And actually I don't even want to say this because it's not, but the love interest in Pearl is the guy who plays Superman. And I didn't even recognize him, but it's clearly him now that I know that. The new Superman.
I haven't seen that one, so.
And I guess he was on the Ryan Murphy show, Hollywood, which I never watched. That it's a Netflix one.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I never watched it either.
But I guess that's where I thought he was like a complete unknown. But I'm like, oh, he's been in stuff. And Pearl. So Pearl's the prequel. So X was the first film, and it's like a bunch of scuzzos go out to a farm to film a porno in the 70s. And I say scuzzos because that's what they're portraying.
Sure.
That's this. It's seedy. Like the whole movie is very seedy. And it's what's her name? Is it? I was like, I think is Wednesday Addams.
Oh,
the latest
Ortega.
Wednesday Addams. Yeah, or Jennifer Ortega.
Jenna Ortega. Right.
She's in it, and
I like her.
Yeah, she's great. She's good in it too. She's an interesting role. But it becomes like a classic slasher film. Very bloody, lots of nudity, crazy, very 70s. Like everything about it is so 70s horror.
I would think it would be. I would think because of that, it should have a nice sort of like a well-developed vintage vibe.
Oh, it does.
Not just for the sake of let's just put it in the 70s.
Correct. Yeah. No, it's very like I wouldn't be surprised if they literally filmed it on film, like just to ensure some authenticity.
Yeah.
But it's good. I think Maxine is my favorite, but X would be my next one. And then Pearl, also good. It's just I don't know if I want to give too much away, but it's a character from X. You get like their backstory.
Sure.
It's a story about them.
Yeah, I do know
like the gist of it. There's flashbacks in Maxine.
Like the overall connections between the film.
Yeah.
Obviously, the only thing since I watched the last one first, the only thing I didn't understand, but it wasn't even necessary, you kind of just roll with it, is the cult.
And all of that is new.
Oh, okay. Well, then
like what you got from Maxine is all you really get.
Right.
Because in X, she doesn't really speak of her. You could tell there's a backstory and she's like on the run and trying to start a new life.
Yeah.
But there's not like you learned about all of that until Maxine.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
it really kind of comes out of nowhere there too. But that's what I liked about Maxine is that it just affronted you with stuff, and it was all interesting and wild and entertaining to me.
I will say the first half was probably better than the
Sure,
second
I would
half.
agree, yeah.
In fact, so much so, I was really excited to see where it goes. And then it pivoted into the cult, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd agree, yeah. I just think there's I guess I like the pacing. Like, I like, it moves quickly throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. I like her character a lot in that film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and like her opening audition. Like that just...
Yep, that alone.
And that's who her character really is kind of in the first film, is more that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less... Because she goes through the trauma of the first film,
Yeah.
which creates her attitude in this film.
Okay.
But you could
Makes
see
sense.
that she's there, like the journey's there.
Yeah.
Cool, we're talking film and not the inevitable death of democracy. I'm sorry, it was how I felt the need to acknowledge it. I'm sorry. But yes, we do normally talk films, Razor. Ray. He was my 19-year-old buddy from Latvia.
Oh.
Yeah, she knows. I've talked about you a lot. But now he's like, how old are you now, Razor? You got to be like 29 now.
Oh my God.
God, it's been so many years on the internet. Yeah, and so the Borderline was the film. What was the other one you thought of? Oh, So Torn.
So
Torn. That's one where I need to know, is it just me, or do you also concur that it's entertaining and fun? No.
So I actually watched that one.
27. All right, sorry.
Still, wow. I watched that one with someone else who may not have a sort of like intimate connection to some of the particulars in the film. Okay. And we both kind of came away with a similar assessment of the film.
Okay.
First of all, overall, yes, I like it. I wouldn't say that I was head over heels. If I had just stumbled on this film just randomly and sat down and watched it.
That's how I found it.
Yeah.
I mean, I read the summary, but I didn't watch the trailer.
Right. I would have been texting you like mid-film going, you have to see this. So I know what you mean about certain scenes that for sure they took some liberties with moving the plot along and kind of connecting.
This is the one where I said the hard part where I think for my mother watching it was that the reality of what she does with her sewing kit is like obnoxiously impossible, but it's the best part of the film at the same time.
Yes. I had no issue with that. I actually think that made everything else interesting. It was like the whole flavor of what you were watching. And I think because of the limited number of characters that were in the film, it really sort of allowed you to focus on each interpretation of the events.
It could be a stage play, like a high production stage play.
So, I don't know. I would recommend it. In general, because it's different.
I mean, having seen it twice, I don't think there's anything I don't like about it. Is there anything about it you'd be like, I wouldn't recommend it, or it's dumb in some way, or
no?
Like, truly, I think it's just a good film.
It is, I think maybe this is purely just an emotional response. There were a couple moments in there where you want to just go, no, I would never do that.
Okay.
But it's not because it didn't make sense, and it's not because her particular decision was so outrageous that you would never conceive of yourself taking that step. It's more so just for self-preservation. I wouldn't see myself being that brave in that moment.
I totally agree. I think what we're meant to take away from her situation is that she's kind of at like a fuck it point of her life.
Yes.
Because she lost her mother.
Yeah.
She's like broken up about that.
Yeah.
And now she's losing the business, which was all she had left of her mother. So I think the spurring underlying message is that she's like, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to do whatever.
Right.
But yes, I see what you're saying.
What I thought was interesting about the whole thing and her character juxtaposed against everyone else, let's say that, she does the least amount of talking. Did you notice
She's
that?
very neurodivergent.
Yes.
Everything about her, like autistic, I would say.
Yes. So you kind of, you experience the moment through her creative way of dealing with the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to necessarily just straight up give it away. So, and the way she handles it gives you such a mood. You kind of are, I don't know, it sucks you in, and there's enough tension in there, literal and not.
Well, because you don't know what she's going to do.
Yes.
It's the suspense of she's planning something, but I have no fucking idea what it's going to be. But you know it's going to result in something spectacular to watch, you know?
For sure. Her delivery of that, too. I think this is what I was trying to say. She has a kind of moodiness about her that works really well in the context of what's happening. And she's the only one who sort of carries that about her. Yeah. Everyone else is kind of like, what the fuck is happening now?
Yeah, and I think that's relatable for me as someone I would say is neurodivergent and possibly autistic. But like that feeling of I operate in a world where things seem normal to me, but from the outside, a lot of people are like, what the hell are you doing? Or thinking or saying, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, specifically the final scene, quote unquote, when they're kind of having the standoff in the diner, and that explosive musical moment, I think I referenced that. Isn't it great?
Yeah, I love that so much.
I think that's one of the strongest moments where you're like, she's very Claire Danes. She has that sort of hard-browed somberness, even when she's being happy and playful.
Yeah.
And so when you watch her, she's upset looking and concentrating and intelligent, and then these like bombastic moments happen that kind of throw all that out, and I love that. I thought that was really entertaining about it. And I heard I don't remember how it truly ends, because there's a lot of, I think it truly ends with a none of it happened, like, kind of ending, if I remember correctly.
Kind
or
of.
like, she chooses a path where she's not involved, is basically how it finally ends, I think.
Yes.
And she ends up winning money choosing that path.
Yes. So the way it works out for her is she ends up having to deal with the least fallout or possible fallout of all that can go wrong. But at the same time, also having the least amount of money as a result.
The least amount of money and the least adventure.
Yes.
And, I kind of wanted to hook up with the cute guy that she saves.
I'm actually glad
just
that
to fulfill her life,
Sure,
But it didn't need to go that way.
It didn't, and I'm glad that it didn't.
No, I like the ending it had.
Yeah, I like that. God damn it, I forgot. I had a particular thought about her, and I totally forgot what I wanted to say there. Anyway, yeah, really good. Really just interesting. I think it was a simple idea that was developed in a very creative way, and it deserves an audience, in my opinion.
And again, this one we're talking about is So Torn, SEWTORN, a Swedish film, I do believe.
Oh, that was the thing I wanted to mention. Okay, there was no reason to have...
Hi, Faye. Sorry.
to have the setting that it did. It was beautiful.
No, yeah.
Okay, but...
It's a character in the film, as cliche as that is. The town... I think what it is it's like that Gilmore Girls... This is a small community of weird people.
Yeah.
And it allows for the nonsense that happens to kind of have that vibe of, we're in the middle of nowhere, like quirky townspeople, quirky things,
This is true. This is true.
It gives off that vibe to me.
I like that there's no explanation given for any sort of weird juxtapositions of things that don't make sense. You kind of just this is what's happening. And yes, they all speak English for some reason.
Well, it's Europe. They all speak English.
But no,
everyone here is from Europe. They're all speaking English.
Not that kind of English. Just straight up born speaking English.
Yeah.
So,
and I could be wrong. I thought it was a Swedish film.
I think it might be. It's definitely, it's not set in U.S. It's set
No. It's definitely set in Switzerland somewhere.
So you kind of, you're watching it, you're like, okay. I like this. That's fine with me.
No, to me, that was like, I want to move here because it's gorgeous and awesome, and I'll run your little embroidery store. Even though I know nothing about embroidery.
And I will add one more thing. Her interaction with her last customer, this woman who is getting married, was one of my favorite things that kept repeating over and over.
Yeah, that lady was great too.
It was, it was legitimately so intense and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know why, maybe it was just me. But being put in this time crunch and this woman being a bitch, but yet she's a customer, and just everything that gets sort of discussed that should not be discussed. Or family history.
Again,
and
small town.
Just all of it. Yes. And then her getting married and yet another rendition of these events. And scratching herself bloody.
Yeah.
And the tension is really great. It's really great. Rarely do I feel uncomfortable, but there were a couple of moments where I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's just, I need a release valve.
Razor, it's So Torn, as in sewing and ripping something.
Yeah.
So SEW space TORN. And I think it's recent, like maybe 23. I think it was 2023. It's on Netflix here. I don't know about recent, in Europe. Yeah. But yeah, really like that one. 2024, nice. Yeah. Razor will give us all the correct information. And if you've ever want to know literally everything about medieval building planning and architecture, I probably got that wrong too, but Yeah, totally. What else did we watch? I watched some things. What were you? Oh, you were looking for something last night. A show. It is set in Switzerland, but appears to be North American made. Okay, so they just went there and filmed.
Somebody had some days to burn. That's what happened.
Well, and that the let's call him the Godfather or the mob leader.
Sure.
I know him. Like, I've seen him in American films.
Yep.
I can't place him, but I know that I've seen him before.
I don't know his name, but he has been around for a while.
Medieval, a lot of things these days, yes. I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe he works... You work in, like, a museum of some kind, right, Razor? I don't know. Every time he says something, I'm like, this is fascinating, but I have no idea what's going on.
Logo history.
Yeah, nice. B-Dubs actually went, and a year or two ago, God, who knows, time is an illusion. She went on like a Europe trip for funsies. Got to be that sufficient at that age. And she went to Latvia and stayed with him, and they like walked around and looked at all the architecture and beautiful pictures. It's all like, it's such an old country, obviously, coming from Russia, 1,000-year-old countries. Like, there's truly like medieval architecture everywhere you go. It's just really cool.
Yeah, something you
walked around Riga and went to a singular castle. Hey, you can't go to any castle here. I mean, I'm sure that's not entirely true, but Yeah,
it's not the same. Europe is the beauty of Europe is that you can have something historic and something modern literally right next to each other.
Not an old country. It was founded in 1918, really. What was it prior to? Was it part of the Soviet Union?
Riga?
Latvia?
I don't think so, unless I have that wrong. It's been a long time for Russian history for me.
All our castles and rules, save for 2 or 3, one of which is a goddamn school.
Was it? Oh my gosh.
Gothic castles, Arrested Development. Really? Okay, a White Castle. Latvia was part of the USSR.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I just know geographically, like, Scandinavia is all up here, and then above Poland and like Eastern Europe is Latvia. Lithuania,
kind of further north,
right, is also there.
It's like
my geography is terrible.
It's Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Belarus. They're all sort of
USSR occupation after 1940. Okay. Yeah, because Georgia now is separate, but was Russia when you lived there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where you were from regionally, wasn't it?
No.
No?
So
Okay.
I'm actually right next to Poland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, was.
Isn't that where Georgia is?
No, are you talking about like Kazakhstan and all of that?
I don't know.
No.
You could argue
not...
how separate Georgia is these days. Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. I'm wrong. I shouldn't speak. I don't know my countries very well. Typical American.
Yeah, no, not Georgia. So, how did we get on this topic?
I don't know, because they're all in Europe. The movie was set in Switzerland.
Right.
Filmed in America. We could talk about not a puppet. I don't know what that one is.
Pinky promise. Oh, so what did you say you watched something recently?
I was trying to remember what I watched. Oh, I watched. I have to look because I'm not going to remember it. Something, A Cold Dark Winter or something. I texted you last night as an example.
Dead of Winter?
Dead of Winter. Okay. Totally out of nowhere. Knew nothing about it. Other than it had Emma Thompson in it. And
she's always...
that was enough for me to be like, what is this? And then it ended up also having Judy Greer, who I think is underrated.
I haven't seen her in anything in a...
Yeah, she's always a little side character. a mom or, the weird friend. But I think she pulls it off well. But in this, totally out of character, big role for her, Judy Greer, and I think she nails it. But so
she's like the or one of the antagonists.
Yeah,
is that
she's
right?
the antagonist.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be an interesting role.
Judy Greer's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so the film is okay. So it's called for trailer purposes again. It's called The Dead of Winter, and it's just what it felt like to me. And I don't know if this is a compliment or not, but it felt like watching a '90s film again.
Okay.
And I don't mean that in a bad way or a good way. It had the nostalgia of like a classic action film from the '90s or thriller. Let's say it's a thriller, not an action film. But it was a little bit funny. It had good moments, and it was existentially sad for me. I guess it depends on who you are watching the film, but essentially, Emma Thompson is packing up to go and ice fish on a lake, and it clearly has sentimental value for her. And she's driving. It's set in Minnesota. And everybody's doing their best Fargo accents. And they're not good. So my only critique would be that nobody pulled off the Minnesota accent, especially Emma Thompson. But it doesn't ruin the film. Like, basically when it happens, it's just kind of funny. And it doesn't ruin the film, and it makes her endearing a little.
Sure.
Because it's such a silly accent, and it's not Canadian. It's way more its own thing, but it's similar to a Canadian accent. So she leaves and she gets lost, and she pulls into this house, and there's a gentleman there who I recognize from Ozarks, but I don't know his name. He's like the most Southern American looking man you've ever seen in your life. Lots of oofdas. Like literally she says oofda a few times.
Is it this guy?
Yes. And he's really good in it.
He was in the Ozarks?
Yeah, he's one of the the like family that has the drugs that's bigger than them when they move into town, and they're like shooting and killing everyone. He's one of the sons or one of the bodyguards, whatever. But he's excellent in this. Again, probably a bigger role for him than normal. So she stumbles upon him and sees some blood, and he's like, oh, it was a deer. Gives her directions to the lake. She goes to the lake and realize, like you as the viewer realize that she's there because her husband died, and she's like spreading his ashes essentially, and just kind of like having a final moment where you get flashbacks throughout the film, which are excellently woven in my opinion, with the current event, which is a thriller about she discovers that guy has a girl locked up in the basement.
Oh, and she stumbles on a kidnapping?
Yes.
Okay.
And so obviously she's gonna... No signal. They're in the middle of... And truthfully, it's not a cop-out. If you go into the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin or Minnesota, you don't got no cell phone signal. And they're truly out in the middle of nowhere, hours from humanity.
So is Judy Greer
So Judy Greer is the wife of this guy.
Okay.
And I won't... It's a spoiler, I think, to say why they're kidnapping the girl.
Yeah, don't do that. So
I won't get into that. But it's really Judy Greer who's in charge. And the husband's kind of subservient. And so it becomes Emma Thompson being badass Emma Thompson, but also she's like an elderly Minnesotan woman, who has her wits about her, but is not skilled in,
Sure, she's not
this
MacGyver,
genre.
Right? Yeah.
So there's fumbling guns and things, but she does a lot of really smart stuff, and it's one of those movies where like, yes, just like I love a woman who's smart, kicking ass,
right.
But she slips up and bad things happen, and there's some male incompetence that comes in, and you're like, yeah, I see where the script is going, and I approve. And not with the caveat of I don't want to be like everybody dies or she doesn't win and whatever. It has a sad ending to me because it emotionally hit hard for me from the standpoint of she doesn't have that life that she's remembering throughout the film.
Yeah.
And like for me,
I understand.
It was beautiful to see the life she had and why it allows her to act the way she does now in the why she's saving this girl and being bigger than herself. But it was kind of sad. And so it was meant to be beautiful, I think, the ending, but I kind of took it as like, wow, this is sad. But I think it's meant to be beautiful and heroic. Okay. But I just took it a little, poignant? It just hit me a little emotionally.
Is it poignant?
It's poignant,
in some ways? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't even what happened. It was just I think for me, and like we said earlier, living alone is wonderful, and I love the peace. But like, there's some points of me where when you see really healthy, good relationships, you're like, oh man, I wish I had that. Like, sure. I wish there had been a moment in life where I experienced that, Yeah. And I think that's why it hit me because
So clearly, it portrayed an element of
that L word that I can't say.
Poignant. It portrayed an element of like nostalgia and longing.
Yeah.
And and just in your life and the potential of what could be. I love that. When it's done well, I love that.
Yeah, and I think it was. I think the movie is worth watching for sure. It just, why I say it just, everything nowadays is grander than it needs to be or has an air about it.
Sure.
And to me, the reason I say it feels like a 90s film is because in the 90s, it felt like, just like video games now, everything was either A tier or indie. And it's very much like we just made this movie and put it out and just go see it.
Sure.
Like just go see it in the theaters, whatever. Like it doesn't have to be a trilogy or a John Wick or you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, and John Wick movies are fucking terrible. Let me put that out there right now.
Yes, I am a big hater, and I know that's not a popular
We shouldn't
opinion,
hate. It's not good for the skin.
I can't. And I sat through
three of them.
Yes, me too. Yes. I watched the last one, not the whole thing, but I watched...
The fourth one? I haven't seen the fourth one.
Okay, so out of all of them, the fourth one is the most tolerable.
Really?
Because with each one, there's bigger budget, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can take that idea and throw more money at it, it becomes just so glossy and obnoxious.
The one I actually want to see is the ballerina spinoff.
That one's supposed to be pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I've seen some fire special effects work that was done on it, and I'm like, wow, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that for funsies.
The first three John Wicks, though, they're not for me. Like, I can't, it's...
I think the problem is that you came into those movies after an experience of so many others of that genre that are so much better that you just can't... You just can't. The
thing is, I hear people who praise them, like, I get that they're not praising them because they're, Shakespeare.
Of course.
They're praising them because they're good action films.
Yeah.
And what I hear the most is that, oh my God, the choreography is unbelievable in the fight scenes.
And I don't think so.
I don't think so. So many people are going to get mad because I've watched breakdowns and makings of like, look at how much work is involved and the incredible planning, and I'm just like, like the result is just not there for me, and I feel bad because like I understand art went into this and so many people worked on it, but I just don't get to the end result. I don't see it. I think gun work in general is just dull. Like. Maybe it's because I play too many video games and I've just seen that in so many other ways or lived it as a player that it just doesn't impress me as a viewer.
Yes, and I don't have your gaming experience or exposure, and I still arrived
gun
to the
sexual. Yes, I am not gun sexual.
It's the same conclusion. Okay, so the last film, there's this big, I mean, the whole thing is, big fight. But there's several of these big fights, and what ends up happening is, as you're watching it, you know that one scene in The Matrix, I can't remember which Matrix, where he's fighting like 100 Agent Smiths all at once?
Sure, in the little back alley?
Yes.
And the second one.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's essentially that, with Keanu and a bunch of guns and a bunch of cars and a bunch of muscular people that are ripping through their suits.
Well, that's
and
always nice.
It's not as nice as you think.
All right.
Anyway, but the city, I believe it's in Paris or something like that, is beautiful.
Okay.
The colors are beautiful, of course, in a very sort of obvious way. It's kind of like drag queen makeup. You can appreciate it for the theatricality that it gives you, but then you have to move on.
Yeah.
So yeah. So pretty much that's the whole film, and it's like 3 hours long or something. Oh
Jesus!
And my kid sat through that whole film.
Oh my. Yeah, but I get the feeling Aiden is gun sexual, or like he enjoys that action.
Yes,
you know, like
I mean, he didn't pick the film; it was
sure
selected for him, but he definitely enjoyed it. And I'm like, you know what? You're at that age where I can totally see how that would be. That would be such a good match.
He's 15 for all intents and purposes. Yeah, absolutely. And that is the demographic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like you should be into that, and
Pewsexual.
Yeah, and I think in general, I don't think of Aiden as a movie person.
Yeah, no,
like,
he isn't.
I'm you said, you picked it. Like for me, it's like he'll sit there and you have to give it to him. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think he'll seek that out.
Yeah, he doesn't know enough to.
Yeah, it's not his passion or forte to dig into it.
Yeah. So, but now he's like...
It is the target audience, yeah. Well, all American film is targeted for like a 5th grade reading level. Basically. Yeah. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, like I feel bad saying they're bad, but like for me, my mom loved them. So there was they were on TV. That's why I saw them. And I was just visiting my mom, and I'm like, most of the time, I have trouble, like she'll just watch things. And I have trouble with that. Like, I have to, neurodivergent my way into the right mood and snacks. And, everybody shuts up and the lights go off. And so when I'm with her, I'm like, I don't care. Just, whatever you want, I'm just going to sit here and it's fine. It's fine. Mm-hmm. So 3 of them played on TV. And by the 3rd one, I was like, I can't. I think I literally left and went to bed or something. Wow. Because there's just no plot. And they're so boring from a story standpoint. Yeah. And I enjoy action, but I guess I need a little spice with my action, like a little sci-fi or a little horror or a little something to take it to another level.
Just something.
Yeah, or a little Wachowski siblings, crazy camera work or something. I don't know. They just didn't do it for me. I don't know how we got on the Wick films, but they don't do it for me. But Ballerina, I saw a bunch of pyro work that looked really cool, so I'm kind of tempted to watch that one.
We should watch it.
Yeah. Which I believe is a spin-off of those movies, as far as I know.
I think so. I believe it's the same... Is it the same director? If somebody knows this, maybe they can check.
I don't know that for sure, yeah. Made by the same people. Mm-hmm. Was that what were we... Oh, wait, I watched the 90s. We got on it from the 90s action thing. So yeah, and I left it on here again. This is going to be a problem. That's fine. A Dead of Night or Dead of Winter. Do recommend. I think it's a good watch. It may hit you emotionally like it hit me, or you may be like whatever. But I think it's entertaining throughout, and I think Judy Greer's character. I don't want to spoil because it's kind of the whole motivation. I would say it's her best performance, just because I've never seen her been required to do so much. Yeah. And I think she's capable of it. So it was nice to see her be given something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting and complex. I'm trying to think if I watched anything else. Has it been 2 weeks? No, it's only been a week, hasn't it?
No, I think it's been...
No, we put an episode up last week. Last Friday.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Let me check my notes.
I can't remember what else went on this week. It's been crazy. Other than the multiple World War IIIs we've started.
Yeah. No, America's been busy.
Who else have we kidnapped this year?
Oh, did I tell you I watched A Complete Unknown? Did we talk about that? We did talk about that.
Oh, that's the ping pong one?
No, that's Marty Supreme.
Oh, Marty Supreme.
Actually.
A Complete
Which is
Unknown.
Excellent. Oh my God, highly recommend.
Yeah, we did talk about that
recommend.
one. That one's on there.
Complete Unknown is...
Sounds familiar.
It's a Bob Dylan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was the same episode we talked about both of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one we got, and I'm circling it, I guess, because it's one of those things where I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about it, but is Sinners, which is... I thought
Isn't
was
that the
phenomenal.
shit? It's
Yeah.
That movie's the shit.
I don't know. Let's talk about it, but we won't do like a half hour like I planned on. But like,
Okay.
oh, I mean, but I'd never saw a trailer. I knew nothing about it
I'm glad.
You called me and were like, you should watch this.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see trailers or anything anymore. And I prefer to go in blind to stuff. So when I pick movies on Amazon and YouTube and Netflix, I just read the brief. I don't even watch the trailers. I think I remember reading this kind of that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, that's very Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sinners, if anybody hasn't seen it like me, and I won't spoil too well, I really didn't want to break it down, but it's presented as a vampire film, and it's really not, but it is at the same time.
It is. It's all those things and much more.
Yeah, but Sinners is essentially the brief synopsis of Sinners, which is one of the best films I've seen in a long time.
Yep.
Is that two local boys who became out-of-towners and went to Chicago from the South, come home, and you get the pretense that they're running from the mob life they left in Chicago, and they want to set up their own business, let's say a bar, essentially.
A venue.
Yeah. In the South. And so the movie is actually like this amazing spiritual like road trip almost, where you follow these two twin brothers played by Michael B. Jordan, and he is incredible. Like, I can't... The fact that it's him playing two roles... I feel like that was
truly his breakout role. He's been doing films forever.
I think he won an award for it, thank God.
Yeah.
But to see him play two people, even though they're twins, like, they look different. I saw somewhere that he was able to control the muscles in his face to where he only has dimples as one brother and not as the other.
That's a thing you can do? Jesus.
Like, just not expressing to the point where the dimples form.
Right.
Which I imagine would have been Stack, the more serious twin. And I believe Smoke is the more, like, kind of younger, even though they're twins, like, fun-loving one. But anyway, so the film opens with this sort of, like, historical narrative of throughout history, cultures have used music as a form of like community and bonding and spiritual healing and growth, and so the movie, like I said, is this setup of them.
The whole motif.
The whole movie is them going around their community, meeting their friends and family, setting up to have this amazing venue party. To express their African heritage and culture and music. And not only that, but other minorities. There's some Chinese husband and wife that get brought in from the food standpoint. But anyway, so that's like 70% of the movie. And then the last like 30% is the actual party event. And it opens in one of the most incredible scenes I've ever seen, where they start. The main character, if you will, besides the twins, is this young blues player kid who's like the son of a priest, and they kind of adopt him, and they're like, "Dude, you're incredible. We need your soul at this party." And so they bring him along, and he starts the music, and the music swells into, like we said, this cultural vibe. And then so what happens is like the camera starts turning, and everybody's heritage starts coming in, and time splits, and you get to see like a caveman almost, or tribal ancient performers, and then futuristic
Native Americans, it's
Chinese
like
culture,
a physical representation of various cultures throughout various times.
Yeah, even into the future. Because it's set in the 20s.
Moving to the music and dancing along with the crowd that is there, and it is such a cool moment. All of that set to the song, right? I can't remember the character's name, the woman who is singing.
Oh yeah, Opal, or
is it
Pearl? Maybe. It's a gemstone.
Yes.
Her name is a gemstone, if I remember correctly. She's singing it. It's to me, it's what I love about art. It's what I love about music. I think
it's a very
there are only certain songs like Rakim from Dead Can Dance, or Anywhere on This Road from Lhasa Sara, or whatever her name is.
Can't remember her name.
Where I have that experience listening to it, that like the world is bigger than me or smaller than me, and I feel emotionally still and at peace with the world, and there's that sort of like humming in your brain. Like, these are things that happen to me when I listen to music. I don't know about other people. And when that happens, that to me is like, that's being alive. And that is very much the sentiment of this movie and that scene, in my opinion.
Agreed.
This is black culture, for the most part. I think that's the point of the film. But there are other cultures interwoven. Being alive, being pure, being whole, being celebrated, being preserved in 20s, I think it is, maybe early 30s. I can't tell if it's before or after the stock market crash, but I mean, plantations are still very much a thing. I don't believe, and please don't misquote me, don't believe like slavery was actively happening, but people were still working under bad conditions for low pay on plantations, stuff like that. And you get that sense of community and release from that life here. And then the vampires show up. And the vampires, I actually think, also brilliantly handled. They come in, and it's very much they're a group of white people. And I personally feel the entire metaphor of the film is that culture that we're speaking of is like actively attacked by the whites in the real world because they want to monetize it. And it's kind of like rock coming from jazz and African history, and that became a white people thing. Like, to me, the vampirism is white people sucking the culture from the black people. And like to me, I think that's the point of the film, is that like literally their culture was stolen from them.
Right, loss of culture, loss of identity.
Yeah, and that they're forced to by becoming. So eventually the white vampires that come up attack and invade the party, and one by one start turning everyone. And so it's not even specifically, we stole their culture. It's that they are required to become like us to be accepted. Like, obviously I'm not speaking directly as to myself, but you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the message.
So there's actually a moment in the film where let's say the leader of the vampire pack, in fact,
who's an Irishman,
yes,
and they do an incredible Irish song and have their own moment of culture.
Right. So that happens, I think, later on. Yes. Yeah. But he makes this comment, like, earnestly, actually, we're offering you this as a way out. This is to ease your suffering. Do you not want to take it?
Yeah.
And some of the characters, actually it comes down to just essentially the main characters, they sort of struggle with this decision. You can join them and your suffering will cease, and you will be given all that you want, whatever freedoms you desire, eternal life, whatever else. Or you refuse and you live out your life in the context that you are familiar with, and obviously, and I thought that was interesting because he wasn't, like, this was an honest conversation. To him, what he was saying, he meant what he said. It was meaningful.
No, yes. It's a very sad film to me because it doesn't seem malicious from any side.
Right.
It's like it's just telling you history and what happened and what does happen, and you're kind of left to sit with that and just think about. I think for me, I've always struggled with cultural appropriation. And I say, like, I obviously agree that there's bad cultural appropriation. I think where bad cultural appropriation comes from is when someone isn't educated and doesn't know what they're taking and what they're doing with it. I think that is disrespectful and bad. And many people may disagree with me. To me, I think the world's cultures should be shared. And because to me, it's art. It's all art.
Yes.
So I love many things, Japanese motifs, that I think should be allowed to be used in Western culture. And to me, I think where it's bad is when you're taking something that's has a significant cultural or religious meaning. You've done no research, haven't looked it up, don't know what it means to use it, and then like copied it and dumped it into your thing. Does that make sense? Yes. Like, I get that that's bad, but I still think that art should be universally available to everyone. And if you like Mandarin collars, put a fucking Mandarin collar on your American jacket. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I kind of get wishy-washy on it. And this movie was maybe the first time where I was ever like, oh, like maybe now I kind of, on another level, understand what they mean when someone is really upset about a cultural significance being absorbed by another race or another nationality.
Sure. It's a blurry line, to be honest. I think context becomes super important. I think knowledge, if you're borrowing something, truly do due diligence, do your homework, and understand what you're borrowing. Don't just take. I think some things, if you're using it for art and if you're giving credit, that's the other thing. Give credit when you can. It's super important.
Yeah.
Understand that some things are just not for the taking. They have religious significance.
Yeah, I think that's really the key there.
Yeah.
Is that.
So, so there's that. But there was a discussion I watched not that long ago, probably on YouTube, actually, where this black kid just kind of interviews random people, and the question at hand was, do you feel that braids are, cultural appropriation? And he asked black women and he asked white women. And for the most part, people might...
Or dreads.
Well, specifically it was the braids within that conversation. Yeah. Yes. For the most part, people will say, they will state their preference, like, I would like this to not be shared amongst, other cultures. But then many of them kind of land on this idea that really ultimately do what you feel is right for you. Do what you are comfortable with. And really, I think at the end of the day, because then he poses this question, okay, to this black woman who was like, generally, yeah, I do think it's cultural appropriation. And he's like, okay, but you have straight hair. That's white hair. Right.
Flat pressed her hair or whatever.
Right. Or possibly even a wig.
Okay, yeah.
So you could dig into it and say, okay, well, wigs, at some point, there's all sorts of cultural significance that's tied to wearing a wig. Wearing a wig in Great Britain means something else entirely in their legal system. Anyway, so I think that if you understand what you're doing, and it's not the thing itself doesn't necessarily signal your attitude. It's your attitude that comes along with the thing itself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't think of an example right now, but
no, I would just, and Razor, I have been reading your comments. Thank you. I think that I guess what I'm saying is I appreciate the movie for making me think again and more about my position on the matter. Like, I think that's a great thing for any film to do, is make you look at your morals or look at your thoughts and reevaluate or just think further on your position. And because and this is what I've always really struggled with, and I'll make another example which will put me in the hot seat, is everybody loses their shit about the America's Next Top Model where she had the race swap.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I know this is a huge subject. And what I would counter with on that one is the Wachowski siblings made a film called Cloud Atlas. Mm-hmm. It's far too long and boring as shit, and just but they essentially have, like, let's say 7 actors in the film, and they reassign their genders and their ethnicities in every time period of the film. Yeah. And I guess from my standpoint, like, the arguments I always hear is, like, you're taking roles and jobs from individuals who are those ethnicities and races and blah, 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 and genders. And to me, it's like, I guess I look at things like we're all human. I know that people forget that. And I know that's not how the world is, but wouldn't it be cool if we were all one culture? Like, let's say in the future we're in stars traveling the universe. We are Earth as a culture now, as opposed to city-states and countries and blah, blah, blah. And so to me, that film, for example, or even what Tyra Banks did, isn't it interesting that through makeup and art and design, we can make one person the same as this other person who's totally different from them? And maybe that's a crazy way to look at it, but, like, especially from it's impressive to me. And I think it's cool it's not that we're not respecting those cultures, it's that culture is everyone. And if we can, I guess and I see from this film's perspective, the bland milk toasting, you're watering down individual culture then, but I guess I don't see it that way. I see it as
well, you're also celebrating a culture. You could look at it that way. If you find it beautiful, if you find certain things exciting. Now, the other side of the argument is, instead of doing that, can you not take someone who represents that culture literally?
Sure. Yeah.
So I.
But to me, then that's yes, and I think the industry on a whole is getting better at hiring people who are the things that are the roles. Yay! Glad that's happening. But I think the point.
Have you seen Begonia yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
That was the one I was supposed to watch, but I didn't.
When you do, we can have this discussion.
Okay. But I think what I'm saying is that it is the actual artistic act of molding somebody into another appearance that I think is the crux of the sentiment of we're all the same.
Yes, yes.
You know, and I like the idea of we're all the same, even though we're not. I know we're not. Like, the purpose of Cloud Atlas was to fuck with things. Yeah, I don't know. That's just where my mind was, and now this film is making me maybe question that because of its themes and how it presented the idea of one's culture having to be assimilated to be accepted in the grander culture. That's fucked up. Like the idea of, you know, either become like the rest of us or you will be nothing is wrong. Obviously, don't agree with that. And that some things just should belong to some people. So I just say I like that it made me think about that. You know, whether or not I end up in the right decision, I don't know. But, you know, I
don't know if there is necessarily a right decision.
Yeah,
I think
it's obviously a touchy subject. And
all you can do is think about it and consider different perspectives. But as you were talking, I remembered that when I was watching the film, the thing that struck me, this is very obvious if you've seen the film, it's a very obvious motif, but this concept of music and the fact that truly that was the thing that transcends all divides, all ethnicities, all cultures, all preferences. His guitar, do you remember the kid with the guitar?
The banjo?
Yeah. Was it a banjo or was it
It was a banjo.
Was it a guitar?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, actually. I thought it was
It's a banjo.
Okay.
I'm like 98% sure, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, probably. There was a guitar in there. Maybe it was during the car ride. Somebody else had it, and he let him play it or something. Anyway, there's clearly a running motif of music throughout the whole film, from beginning to end. And in fact, the thing that draws the vampires out was the music. Do you remember that?
Well, that's what they're coming to suck on.
But the thing is, they bring their own.
They do. Yep, they do bring their own.
And so I think that this general idea that maybe instead of strife, it should be kind of the great uniting force.
Sure.
But you know,
I think the sentiment there, though, is that I think the narrative at the beginning of the film is saying that culturally, music is above all of us, and that it's the great unifier. You know,
well, it's the thing that opens, that doesn't open doors, but like, you know, that thins the veils between the worlds.
It is mathematically proven to affect the human brain on levels that other things cannot.
Absolutely.
You know, and so I think from that standpoint, they're saying it's a universal mind fuck. Let's go with. And so I think when you have, what happens is you have the big party in the barn, and then the vampires come and they do. Now he's taken all of these ethnic individuals and made them into Irish white folk singers. And they do an amazing song that's incredible, just as incredible as the barn song. And it's beautiful, but I think the message there is that they weren't allowed, the whites weren't allowed into this party, and so they're going to draw them out and make, like, instead of what you're saying, which I totally agree with is what it should be, is all music transcends. We should all be able to come together in harmony.
It's conquering. That's what's happening. Mine is better than yours. So,
what's happening in the film is we weren't allowed. We like yours. We want it as ours. We can come together, but it's under the umbrella of supremacy, let's say, versus what you're saying, and I totally agree with, and what I'm saying with the makeup and stuff, is that it should be a universal coming together of as harmony, not as suppression and like Razor's been saying, it's not intended to be evil, it just becomes evil through interpretation and through
of course, because humans bring their human natures.
Yes, because humans are garbage.
But yeah, truly, if there, we don't have amongst the human species, we don't have that many things that truly unite us all. There's music, dance, and, well, yeah, but let's not go there. Music, dance, and breaking bread.
Yeah.
Food. Pretty much, that's it. But those are universal things that everyone can partake in, regardless of who you are, where you come from. And occasionally there are moments that occur in history where that actually happens. But mostly, mostly we approach even those things possessively. It has to be, if I like it, it has to be mine somehow. And that's unfortunate. I wasn't even really going anywhere with it. I just kind of
and the film, and so all of this just spurs on because to me it's praise about how good the film is. Like, and at its surface level, it's a dramatic horror film about a barn dance that gets taken over by vampires, and lots of people die. People learn things about themselves, and in the end, it's kind of like he escapes. The young banjo player, survives. Spoilers. And what we see in the future is that cultural melding happened, but there's a home for it still within himself, I guess. Is kind of the ending of it. And what he chooses to do with his music.
Yes.
For his life.
Ultimately, he starts and he ends.
You should watch it, Razor. It's good.
It's very, very good. Legitimately, it's very good.
And I'm making it probably heavier and more than... I think it's the point of the film, but I don't think it's meant to make this serious. But
you can keep digging into it for sure. But I think the beauty of this film is... purely on superficial level, it is so incredibly engaging and multifaceted and unexpected in so many ways. You are never bored. You completely lose yourself in it. You're given so many elements of different things that are incredibly cohesive together. Truly,
the relationships are strong. That makes the character strong.
The people,
the costume design
believable.
Is beautiful.
Characters are fleshed out as opposed to, they don't just tell you what happens.
There's good gore if you just like the horror aspect. The music is just phenomenal. Yes. So it's worth seeing to me solely to sit through the musical moments.
Just on a sensory level, it's worth the experience.
Well, I'm glad we did talk about that one because we've been meaning to talk about it for weeks. I just didn't know where to begin with it and how much to put my foot in my mouth. But it's good. I highly recommend seeing that one.
Yeah, I hope it sweeps the Oscars, truly.
Yeah, and you know who won again, too, was Madigan. She won an Actors Award.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, so now I believe she's been nominated for the Oscar, and I'm like, yes, bitch. You go, bitch. Amy Madigan for Weapons is who I'm talking about. I don't think she'll win the Academy Award, but I love that.
Probably not. The role is too small.
I guess, historically, she's the longest any actress has ever gone between Oscar nominations.
Really?
40 years. Wow. So obviously not every actress gets nominated, but she did 40 years ago, and this is the longest anyone who's been nominated has had to wait for another one. I hope she won Emmys for Carnival. I should look that up. She was so incredible in that show.
The toes should be firmly touching the uvula, but not getting in the way of breathing. Indeed, yeah.
All right, well, it's been an hour and a half. We should wrap up. Thank you guys for coming and
thank you
joining the live show. We have a good audience for a Saturday.
We appreciate all of you,
It was lots of fun, and I'm going to upload this as soon as I can, but I'm going to try. We'll see how the weekend goes. I'd like to record another one so that we have an episode for this coming Friday. So that one won't be live, though. We'll just do that at home. But thank you guys for supporting us and following the YouTube and the Patreon. B-Dubs as our first patron. Thank you so much, B-Dubs.
Thank you.
And yeah, again, it's free to follow if you just want updates on what's happening. But otherwise, $3 a month really helps out in the long run with everything we'd like to grow and do and change. But thank you for watching. And I don't know if you're going to go home Monday, probably. Mm-hmm. I might stream a game Monday afternoon. So if I do stream, that'll be the first time. Unless we get really bored here.
We'll see.
But I will see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye.